Part of what I'm going to do on this channel is I'm going to go through and play all of these old school Nintendo games, right? The Nintendo Switch Online has done a really good job. We've got the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Um, we've got a whole bunch of fun stuff here. Games that I've never seen of, games that I've played and know are horrible experiences. But, you know, to take the good, you take the bad, you take them both. And there you have the facts of life. So we're going to check out The Legend of Zelda. Now, this was an original game back in the day. I believe this was the first Nintendo game I bought. Pretty close. I think I just got the SNES without an actual game because it needed the system, needed the game, couldn't afford both, couldn't afford the package. But here we go. The Legend of Zelda. Long ago, Ganon, Prince of Darkness, stole the Triforce of Power. Princess Zelda of Hyrule broke the Triforce of Wisdom into 8 pieces and hid them from Ganon before she was kidnapped by Ganon's minions. Link, you must find the pieces and save Zelda. So there's our mission up front. We need to save Princess Zelda. This is all the items in the game. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to do a walkthrough, playthrough, but I'm also going to be building some content around game design. And one of the things that I want to talk about is what Zelda does here. And you use Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda, as an example. You know, I know a lot of folks are excited about making games, doing cool stuff. But really, if we think about it, what we want to do more than anything else is deconstruct some of these really cool things that will help us build new stuff. Everyone wants to run and do like something in Unity or something like that, but you know what? You got to run before you walk. So Daddy-o, let's go. We're going to walk through. Wait, you got to walk before you run. I think is how you're supposed to say that. So original Legend of Zelda, fun game here. You know, you start out, you've got a shield, and that's about it. You have an A and a B. You can see there, those are buttons on the controller, so those mapped well. And heads-up display there, right? Or one of the OG heads-up displays, at least that I remember. And you can't do anything, so you've got an option, 4 options here from the very get. You come over here to the right, and there's an arrow and some jumping enemies that you can't do anything with. You check out those other 2 paths, there's enemies there as well. So I'm going to go into this hole, and we get the world famous, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." So we will take this as the wooden sword. Now there's 3 swords in this game: the wooden sword, the white sword, and the master sword. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and the way that I play this game, I don't do a speed run, but I like to be efficient. And one of the best ways to be efficient in this game is to kill enemies quickly. And honestly, the best way to do that is have a better sword than this wood sword. Wood sword, some enemies take 1 hit, some takes 2. You get the next sword, the white sword actually doubles your strength when you attack. So theoretically, that means you can move through the game almost twice as fast. So in order to do that, though, we need 5 heart pieces. But in order to get 5 heart pieces, you either need bombs and or candle. So candle costs 60 rupees. That is the currency in Legend of Zelda. Bombs you can also purchase for rupees, and bombs also are dropped by enemies. So we've got our sword here. You can see here, there's our wood sword. Sweet. When you have full hearts are up in the upper right corner, you shoot a laser beam out of the sword. So this is kind of cool. It does some double hit damage. You got an enemy in front of you. We'll see you do knockback. But right now, other thing to notice is when you swing your sword, your shield, you just throw it away. And you can get punished. You can get punished for that. So here we go. We're going to head north. And honestly, our first mission here, or our first priority, is to collect rupees and to find some bombs. So bombs help you get money because then you can start blowing up some things that will get you bombs. These enemies are the red Octoroks, I believe is their name. And you'll notice for a simple game, it does some really cool stuff. Enemies travel at different speeds. Even the same enemies travel at different speeds. Here we go. If we could get 60 rupees, we could buy this. And I believe that opens up 2 heart pieces for us. And there we go. My controller is broken. Nintendo, fix your stuff. Your pro controllers. I play Smash, and controllers don't hold up well to Smash, even though you spend your good hard-earned money on it. So collecting rupees. Here we go. Killing enemies. Here we go. There is a Zora. You can see this enemy here. Ooh, I should have done this first. Lives in the water, and they're fireballs. The small shield does not protect against fireballs. So Zoras are tough until you get the white sword. And then here we can see blue Octoroks. Those take 2 hits. And the movement, I don't think there's any real pattern to the movement for enemies. In all honesty, it's not like that Pac-Man game with how the enemies try to corner you and do that. I don't think the AI, for lack of a better way to say it, for the enemies actually does any of that. So we've got moblins here. I believe that's their name. You can see the hitboxes are a little jank. Moblins, I believe, are more likely to drop bombs. Last time I played this, took me ever to get a bomb, but you can see, oops, there we go. I swung my sword and opened myself up. Heart pieces, heart containers, heart pieces, fairies, all that stuff is good stuff. And there is a bomb. If we needed some energy, right up here, there is a fairy, which will refill all of your hearts, no matter how many you have. But as I believe there's 16 in the game, 20 in the game, something like that. But we're going to go now, since we have this bomb, we're going to grab 2. We're also going to head up to the upper right corner of the screen, collect a few things up there. That's also the vicinity of where we would find the Master Sword. Ideally, along the way, we would be able to get some rupees here, enough to be able to buy the large shield. It does make getting the white sword just a little bit easier here. So come in. You can blow up walls. You can blow up a lot of things. Enemies even will suffer damage from bombs. But some of this stuff is just from my memory from playing this for a million years. I like to plant bombs there in that corner. That way it actually impacts 4 of the cells. Because I can't always remember exactly what I'm doing. But here we go. Break the door. It's a secret to everybody. 30 tokens. 30 rupees here and there. 100 rupees. We're going to go find that here. Actually, you don't have to bomb for that one. But using bombs to blow holes in things and using candles to burn down bushes reveal secrets. And those secrets are typically rupees. Although some people make you pay for the door repair charge if you blow up or burn down their door, which I guess makes sense, right? Times are tough here in Hyrule. Ganon's taking over. The market's collapsing. Yeah. Blue Tektites. These are some of the early harder enemies. Because of how they jump. Not sure why blue and orange Tektites. That stinks. I can't get that. If I had a boomerang, I could. I'm not sure why blue and orange Tektites both take 2 hits or 1 hit. It feels like, the blue one should actually take more than that. But these guys here, they're kind of tough to kill. Ooh, they're doing some super damage on me, but that's okay. We're going to come in here and yes, get the watch last kill. That's awesome. There is a door here and we have the option of taking a heart container or this potion. Don't take the potion, don't take the potion, don't take the potion. We'll be able to get those here in a few minutes. After we do that, we're going to make a beeline, and we've got 65 rupees. So as long as we can find a place to buy a shield for 90, shields anywhere 90, 130, 160. But if we can find a place to buy a shield here for, oh, that's going to hurt me. Ooh, nice job. For 90, we'll be in a good spot. Because we do just want to be able to head north right from here, and I may just fake it and not try to have the white sword. Or I'm not sorry, not the white sword. What the heck are we talking about? It's hard to play and talk at the same time. I respect all these streamers who actually really do it. We'll just go see if we can make this work. So the white sword is up here. If we die, not a big deal. I'm not gonna try to do this without dying. Last time I recorded, luckily it didn't take because I died right away. But here we go. This will be a little tough because since we don't have the white sword, this guy here can hurt us, and also the laser beam from the Lionel. So that is a Lionel. Those of you that play Breath of the Wild, oh shoot, this is gonna get gross. That will hurt me. Oh, 2 hearts. Oh man, oh man. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna grab the white sword. That took 2 hearts. Those blue Lionels are by far, are they the toughest in the game? Ghosts act differently, and it's kind of hard because there's many bosses and bosses, so sometimes hard to actually really truly, determine what's what. But we're just going to do this. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Even though we have the white sword right now, really don't advise messing with blue Lionels unless you really, really have to, and lucky for us, we don't have to. Ideally, I would have the white sword at this point because it does. I'm not sorry, the large shield at this point because it does help when it comes to dealing with the boss in the first level. But you know what? Honestly, the first boss is really, really easy. We just have to do a little bit of ducking, cutting, moving, so we avoid being hit by him. Oh my goodness! Yikes! Yowza! Ooh, that's gonna get gross too. I might die here. We should stay away. So this is level 1, kind of if you look up in the heads-up display, up in the upper left corner there, middle of the map, and we're going to head into a dungeon. Dungeons are dope, all have different patterns, and Exploring dungeons, you're just kind of walking through rectangles. There's doors like this that are wide open that you can pass through. My advice is to search those first, because other doors take keys, or other doors are oh my goodness. There we go. Kill those enemies, you get a key. Other doors are traps to open them up. So check that out. Gonna check this out over here. And then hopefully we'll see what we can do with that key. This is where, ooh, oh my goodness. This is where having the white sword helps. These, oh my goodness. These Stalfos, these enemies here, that's their name, even though they look like skeletons, they're called Stalfos. I'm just going to use the directional pad because that stick is so broken. They are 2 hits with the wood sword, so having the white sword here definitely makes that faster. We collected 2 keys, and now we can go into the meat of the dungeon. Again, Stalfos here, hanging out. Really easy. You just want to make sure that you line up with them. Lining up with enemies allows you, when you hit them, hey, thanks for that, to knock them back. If you hit an enemy from the side, it does not knock them back. So we'll see if we can see this here. Oh my goodness. Yep. Oh, well, since it only takes 1 hit, I guess it doesn't really matter. But a fairy would be nice. A heart would be nice. Something would be nice. But nothing. We have half a heart. 1 more hit, we will die. I think, though, that takes us just to the beginning of the level. So nothing really to freak out about there. Those bats, they're actually called keys, and we do not need to mess with them. These little jiggly guys, they're a pain in the rear. I don't know. You know, there's just a lot of cool enemy design here. And this is an instance where we want to open this up with a secret. There's all kinds of secrets, and Eastmost Peninsula is the key. There have been research studies, countless of hours spent trying to figure out what the heck this actually even means. Nobody does, because it was a mistranslation, supposedly a mistranslation from the original Japanese. Everybody, Nintendo is a Japanese company. Most of these games were Japanese before they were released in Japan. Oh! So there goes so much for starting over. Or for making it through without dying. But luckily for us, it takes us to the beginning of the dungeon, but does not give you full hearts. So I think, like, they just did a really good job with this game, I think. And I think it's going to be a really cool place. Oh my goodness. Really cool place for us to start exploring game design with one of these foundational games that really, if you think about what Zelda has become, I mean, argue that probably Mario is only the next biggest thing, Mario and Sonic. But Legend of Zelda, for defining a genre, or I don't know how you want to say it, being the most, honestly, it's a mixed genre game, really. It's what is, I don't know, action RPG? Is that what this would be titled? I don't know, but there we go. We picked up the map, so now we can go ahead and check it out. We did look at all of that stuff to the left, so that's cool. So now we're going to go ahead and check out this stuff here to the top. It is a game, Zelda is a game where you get rewarded the more you explore. Upgrade weapons are typically held in corners, and usually take some bit of effort to work through and find. Here we go, here we go. This is another enemy. We have these traps. So these traps are set when you walk in their path. Photosensitives, photo eyes on that or something. Here we go. Now we're going to go down into a dungeon, I guess, in this level, even though the whole level is a dungeon. The basement, we'll call it the basement here. And this is where we pick up items. These items are sometimes required, sometimes not. We have a bow. Oops. Oh, geez Louise. Go, go, go. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there we go. We have a bow. But we don't have arrows. You actually have to buy arrows. It's all right. Trick that. There we go. Sneak through. But yeah, breaking this down will be fun. The dungeon design, they don't feel repetitive, although they all follow kind of the similar pattern. The shapes are different, but the functionality of the enemies are different. Through most of the levels, you get introduced to new enemies. The bosses, there's a whole lot of variety here. You know, I think that is when we compare this game to Breath of the Wild and kind of first full circle on some of that stuff. Here we go. See, 1 hit, he flies backwards. That's great if you have the... Oh, got me from the backside, you jerk. And there is the boomerang. And the boomerang, this is cool. You can throw the boomerang at an angle, too, if you hold the directional pad in the 2 directions at once. I mean, And here we go. We didn't get the compass. Should we go back and get the compass? I'd like to get a fairy. Okay, a heart helps. How about a fairy? How about a fairy? Jeez Louise. Oh, now you're going to stop time. Great. So here we go. We've got a boss up here. We should, let's just go get the compass. We're not, I mean, should we try to 100% this? Might as well. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we should or not. Here we go. Backtracking a little bit. And that is the other thing about this game, the design of it. You do very little backtracking, if I remember right, which is nice. From the very beginning, the Zelda dungeon design has been, I'm going to argue, one of its better. I mean, it's got a lot of cool stuff, but one of the best bits is its dungeons. I mean, that's kind of where I think some folks like myself got bothered with Breath of the Wild a little bit. There could have been dungeons. The shrines are kind of dungeons, but not really. The dungeon design, playing through dungeons, exploring dungeons, been a part of Zelda forever. I'm really hoping that they bring that back in the new game here. So that's coming out. I believe it's March, May, sometime in early 2023. You know, Nintendo, they will more than likely push it back. I think it's already been pushed back once. But you go there, look in the upper left corner, and that blinking red, that is where the Triforce piece is. So the map gives you the layout of the dungeon or the level, and the Triforce, the compass indicates where the Triforce is in that dungeon. So compass does not point north. Ooh, and so this is where it gets tricky because we have this small sword. You see how that fireball hit me? I got to come in here and look at that. You can't. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I might die. Ah! Okay, I think one more hit, right, with the white sword. One more hit with the white sword. Here we go, here we go. Oh, Nelly. There we go. Woo! There are certain spots and places you can hang out in this game where you can avoid the enemy. Like right there, if I think we stay on that line, I don't think his fireballs can hit us. So there is a way to kind of use the mechanics of the game to cheat the game. But, or at least, you know, is it really cheating? I don't think so. But anyway, there it was, getting started with The Legend of Zelda. And playing through level 1. The only thing I didn't get here, which I typically do, is the lots of cool stuff. Is the shield, but we'll pick that up along the way. Again, we can fight without it. Maybe not the best, but let's go ahead and oh my goodness, I forget how to play this. Let's go ahead and why oh why? Oh, there it is. It's those. We'll just create a suspend point here. And we will pick this up later. Folks, I'm going to be playing through all this Zelda stuff, talking game design, talking building games, developing games, fun stuff.